just leave it there. Okay, we're good. Thank you very, very much.
All right, thank you for your help, Mari. Well, welcome everybody. Congratulations on making it to the final round of the 6th grade division for the National History Bowl. Fantastic job. Let's give it a round of applause. Well done, well done. We've got 1 versus 4 here. How does that feel? Is that exciting? That's exciting. How does that feel? That's also exciting. You're like, all right, we're going to see what this is all about. Fantastic. All right. Well, California versus New York, that is a natural rivalry. A lot of bad blood between these 2 states, so I'm going to ask you guys just to stay on opposite sides of the room. We don't want any fisticuffs in here, so we can hold it back a little bit. We appreciate that. Well, congratulations again. Let's do a quick buzzer check, and then we will press on. Here, keep going. There we go. Everybody is in. Everybody looks good. Everybody ready? Yes. Scorekeepers ready? Chris, you ready?
I think so. Yep.
Fantastic. Here we go. Toss up number 1. A leader of this country moved Christmas to June and created the 3 Z's as part of his authenticité movement. The CIA assisted in the overthrow of Patrice Lumumba in this country, where Mobutu Sese Seko, that's right. The DRC is correct. We can give you that, sure, for 10. Toss up number 2. This nation hosted the 1972 Fischer-Spassky World Chess Championship match and the 1986 Reagan-Gorbachev Summit. And in 1980, it elected the world's first female president. Despite being a founding member of NATO, this country has no standing army and also has the smallest It's not Switzerland, the smallest population of any NATO member. It's not Poland. I was going to finish with a small island nation in the North Atlantic. We were looking for Iceland. Let's move on to toss-up number 3. This figure, who was counseled by Oceanus, allegedly was the first being to yoke animals and discovered gold, silver, and bronze. Both Percy Bysshe Shelley and Aeschylus wrote plays about this mythological figure, but they described him in opposite states of binding. For 10 points, name this Titan, who, as punishment for gifting fire to mankind, Prometheus is correct for your 10 points. And toss-up number 4. This president's political position was damaged by his vocal support of the highly protectionist Payne Aldrich tariff. This first American Governor General of the Philippines had a son who served as a longtime senator from Ohio and was known as Mr. Republican. It's not Dewey, I'll continue. When he ran for re-election, this man finished 3rd behind Woodrow Wilson and third party. No, I was going to continue. Both U.S. President and Chief Justice would have gotten us to William Howard Taft. That's right. Toss up number 5. This faith's founder wrote tracts such as The Four Valleys and Epistle to the Son of the Wolf. And though uneducated, this faith's founder began to write while imprisoned in the Siachal dungeon in Tehran. This faith is currently led from the Universal House of Justice. Baha'i is exactly right. In Haifa, Israel, I was just about to say. And there's your 10 points. Toss up number 6. A leader with this last name had a tumultuous first term, which ended in a 1955 coup, after which he fled on a gunboat owned by Alfredo Stroessner. Fanatical followers of a political family with this last name were called shirtless ones. Perón is what we needed, that's right. Juan Perón, Evita Perón. And let's move on to number 7. One of these events caused a 10-day delay in the playing of the 1989 World Series. Another one of these events. Earthquake is right. The California team knows all about that 1989 World Series. That's right. Toss-up number 8. Although he had likely been dead for 7 months and was therefore unable to attend this event, Martin Bormann was officially treated as though he was present at it. Alfred Jodl, Hans Frank, and Joachim von Ribbentrop were hanged 2 weeks after this event. Nuremberg trials is what we're looking for. That's the end of the first quarter. What is your score?
Maryhill has 50 and Horace Mann has 10.
50 to 10. Well done. Well played. Let's move on if everybody's ready. Will we have any substitutions at any point in time?
No.
No substitutions over here? Would your teammates like to sub out? Would any parents like to play? Innocent passersby. Anyone? No? Okay, well then we'll move on. With the second quarter, toss-up number 1. Over 3 feet of rain fell on Los Angeles in the year after this event, despite the lack of an El Nino occurrence. The entire population of Sebesi was killed during this event, some of whom washed up on pumice rafts in East Africa. And this event may have influenced Edvard Munch to discolor an 1893 work. The orange sky in the screen was likely inspired by, for 10 points, what major 1883 eruption of the Krakatoa eruption is what we needed, and your bonus, Krakatoa is located about 100 miles from this volcano, whose 1815 eruption was the largest ever recorded and caused the so-called year without a summer. Answer, please.
Pass.
We were looking for Mount Tambora. No bounce on that. Toss-up number 2. This event led to the Stimson Doctrine, which stated that no government created by oppression would receive American recognition. After this event, the Lytton Report led one country to leave the League of Nations, and this event was likely perpetrated by the Kwantung Army. It's not, I'll continue. In order to promote the expansion of Manchukuo. For 10 points, what was this 1931 false flag incident in which Japanese saboteurs bombed the South Manchuria Railway? Consultation. Once you start talking, I have to call it. Sorry about that. It doesn't even matter what you're talking about. As soon as I hear a voice, I have to call it for consultation. The Mukden incident is what we were looking for. Let's move on. Does that make sense? You understand what the call was? Okay. Yeah, just no talking at all. Don't communicate during the toss-up. Toss-up number 3. An effigy of John Hancock was burned in front of this city's Fort Matanzas during the American Revolution. This city was recaptured by its founders after a brief period of British rule in 1783, and the nearby...
New York?
Not New York, I'll continue. And the nearby town of St. Mary's, Georgia was founded the year after this city, also by Pedro Menendez de Aviles. Founded in 1565 for 10 points, named this Florida city the oldest European settlement. St. Augustine is the one we were looking for. Your bonus. When Florida was ceded to Spain in 1819, St. Augustine was designated one of the 2 alternating capitals of the Florida territory, along with this Gulf Coast city, which was actually settled before St. Augustine, but had been abandoned for nearly 140 years. Pensacola is correct. Good pull there. You got your 20 points. Here's toss-up number 4.
Wait.
Toss-up 4. Even though he created the Spirit Animals series, this author only wrote Wildborn, the first of the 15 books in the main series. Although it was not his first published series, The Beyonders was this man's first inspiration to write novels. The setting of this man's first series was based on his childhood daydreams in Connecticut forests, and one of this man's protagonists, Seth Sorensen, was based on this man's brother, Bryson. For 10 points, identify this young adult fiction author of Dragon Watch and Fablehaven. No. Time. That is Brandon Mull. We stumped you on the young adult fiction. Let's try this one. Toss-up 5. After this ruler's 1912 death, the New York Times referred to his having moved his country from old to new, a transition that involved the removal of over 200 feudal lords in 1871. This monarch, whose rule featured the annexation of a country ruled by the House of Yi, defeated the Republic of Ezo. The victor of the Boshin War for 10 points. Meiji is what we were looking for, that's correct. The Meiji Restoration brought an end to this period of Japanese history, which began in 1603 with the founding of the Tokugawa shogunate and takes its name from a former name for Tokyo. The Edo period is exactly right. Another conversion on your bonus. Let's try toss-up number 6. This figure is believed to be identical to Twisto, who is attested to by Tacitus. According to Vafthrudnir, this figure was able to populate the world by creating a 6-headed giant from his feet and creating the first male and female from his armpits. This figure was nursed by the cow Adunla, and he was later killed by the grandsons of Buri, Vili.
Odin?
It's not Odin, I'll continue. Vili, Re, and Odin. For 10 points, name this primordial giant from Norse myth. Time. Ymir is his name. Ymir. Toss-up number 7. Troops under George Johnston infamously discovered this man hiding under his bed while arresting him. That episode during the Rome Rebellion occurred almost 20 years after this man and his loyalists were cast adrift by Fletcher Christian, who later settled the Pitcairn Islands. For 10 points, who was this British officer and governor of New South Wales who was the target of the mutiny on the HMS Bounty? No. Time. That is William Bligh, Captain Bligh of the Bounty. Toss-up number 8. Silas Talbot captured the Sandwich at this war's Battle of Puerto Plata Harbor. The frigates, l'Insurgente and La Vengeance, were captured by Thomas Truxton during this war, and this conflict was ended by the Treaty of Mortefontaine in 1800. The Alien and Sedition Acts were signed. The quasi-war is what we needed, that's right. His final bonus, the Battle of Puerto Plata, involved this American frigate nicknamed Old Ironsides, which is now the oldest commissioned warship in the world. The Constitution is what we needed. Well done. Your score at the half.
Horace Mann is now leading with 70, and Maryville is close behind at 60.
Wow, close match. Well done. Well done. All right, Horace Mann pulls it out right there at the end of the first half, which means you get to choose first in the 60-second round, and
your categories are, drum roll please.
They are the Oregon Territory, European revolutions, and apartheid.
European Revolution.
European revolutions, you say? All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Concerning the revolutions in Europe, name the wife of Louis XVI who was killed in the French Revolution after supposedly saying, "Let them eat cake."
Marie Antoinette.
Empire in which the Bolsheviks took power following the October Revolution. Communist country in which Nicolae Ceausescu was executed on Christmas Day. Wave of pan-European revolutions, which lasted for over a year, also known as the Springtime of Nations.
1848.
Yes, fabric named 1989 revolution that led to the collapse of the communist regime in Czechoslovakia.
The Cloth Revolution.
No, president overthrown in the 2000 bulldozer revolution in Yugoslavia. It's your last question, and you have 27 seconds.
Tito.
It's not Tito, that's a good try. We'll turn the other two over, 40 points there for you on that 60-second round. Concerning the revolutions in Europe, name the fabric named 1989 revolution. It is the Velvet Revolution, that's right. President overthrown in the 2000 bulldozer revolution in Yugoslavia.
Chesko.
No, that is Slobodan Milosevic. Milosevic. All right. What will it be for you? Oregon Territory or apartheid?
Apartheid.
Apartheid you have chosen. Good luck with this category. 60 seconds. Concerning the history of apartheid, name the African country where it predominantly occurred in the mid-1900s. First post-apartheid president of that country who was imprisoned after the island near Cape Town, on which that president was imprisoned for 18 years. Johannesburg Township, where students protested the Bantu Education Act in 1976.
Chaparral.
No, 1960 massacre in South Africa against restrictive pass laws, which led to the creation of Spear of the Nation.
Chartwell Massacre.
That's correct. Leader of the Black Consciousness Movement and subject of a Peter Gabriel song, who was beaten to death by South African police in 1977. It's your last question. You have 27 seconds. All right, we're going to pass that one. You also got 40 on your 60-second round. We'll turn the other two over here. Concerning the history of apartheid, name the Johannesburg Township, where students protested the Bantu Education Act in 1976.
Table Mountain.
That's a good try. It is Soweto, the Soweto Uprising. And leader of the Black Consciousness Movement and subject of a Peter Gabriel song, who was beaten to death by South African police in 1977. No, his name was Steve Biko.
And at the end of the third quarter, we are all knotted up at 110 apiece.
110 apiece. Fantastic. Well, there are hundreds and hundreds of questions available in the final quarter. Actually, 240 points available for you, but who's counting, really, other than her and everybody else in the room? Is everybody ready? Hands back on your buzzers, back to no consultation. And here we go. Toss of one. This university's mascot is named for Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. This university's first president, Abram L. Sakar, was the chair of the National Hillel Commission and was chosen over an Albert Einstein-supported Marxist scholar. This university was established on the site of the former Middlesex University in Waltham, which did not place quotas on Jewish admits. For 10 points, name this university in Waltham, Massachusetts, named for a former Supreme Court justice.
Dartmouth College?
It's not Dartmouth.
Marshall?
Nope, that is Brandeis University, Louis Brandeis. Toss-up number two. This party, which partially formed from barn burner Democrats, nominated a former president as its candidate, though it only won 10% of the popular vote.
No, nothing?
It's not the know-nothings, I'll continue. This party's members included Senators Salmon P. Chase and John Hale. Supporters of this party favored the Wilmot Proviso, though it failed to stop the Kansas-Nebraska Act. For 10 points, name this anti-slavery third party, whose ticket... Free soil is what we were looking, that's good for 10 points. Toss-up number three. Twice each summer since the 1630s, this city annually holds paleo bareback horse races through its streets. Founded as a mount of piety in 1472, this city's BMPS is the world's oldest bank in continuous operation. According to legend, this city was founded by two sons of Remus, who took the...
London.
It's not London, I'll continue.
Rome.
It's not Rome either. I was going to get there. We were going for Siena. Let's try toss-up number four in this tight game. Some of these people worship the supreme deity Io, who may have been introduced as a response to Christian missionaries. The mythology of this group is the origin of stories about the fire goddess Mapika being robbed by Maui. In this people's mythology, the boat... Prompt.
Solomon Islanders?
I'm sorry.
Hawaiian?
No, the Maori is who we were looking for. Those were the Polynesians that we were looking for. No points on that one. No penalty either. Toss-up number five. This person received a Best Supporting Oscar nomination in 1977 as Yuri Popikine in The Turning Point, and co-starred with Gregory Hines in the 1986 film White Nights. This person was a principal dancer with the American Ballet Theatre from 1974 to 1978, before holding the company's post of artistic director for 22 years, beginning in 1980. Part of Mikhail Gorbachev's cultural diplomacy involved extending an invitation to, for 10 points, what Latvian ballet dancer known as Misha, who defected to the US in 1974. Time. His name is Mikhail Baryshnikov. We've got 3 questions left. Let's try this one, toss-up number 6. This kingdom was led by a ruler who owned a wooden automaton of a tiger biting into the corpse of an English soldier.
The Kingdom of Minnesota.
You got it. That's good for 30 points. That's a really good buzz. We've got 2 questions left. Toss-up number 7. By the time this general arrived to reinforce Euclid, the city of Amphipolis had already been surrendered to the Spartan commander Brasidas. This historian was known to include literary reconstructions of lengthy formal speeches that encapsulated what ought to have been said, and this historian was dubbed the father of scientific history and the father... It's not Herodotus, I'll continue.
Tacitus?
It's not Tacitus. We were looking for Thucydides is the one we were looking for, that's right. With 1 question left, your score is?
Horseman 150 and Maryhill 110.
Ouch, okay, here we go, toss-up number 8. Philip Davidson of Maccabi warned of this event, which was alerted with the message, crack the sky, shake the earth. A mini version of this event was called the May Offensive, and this event led Clark Clifford to replace Robert McNamara. During this event, civilians were executed in the Quay Massacre, and General Win Lone was photographed during this event killing a guerrilla fighter. For 10 points, name this 1968...
Fall of Saigon.
It's not the fall of Saigon. Name this 1968 Viet Cong surprise attack in South Vietnam. The Tet offensive is what we needed for 10 points. That's my final question. Your final score
is Horace Mann is your champion with 150
Second national championship of the afternoon for this young man. Great job.
Well done, everybody. Please head toward Plaza. The award ceremony will be there. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations again. Thank you. We'll see some of you in the next bowl.
Thank you.